Good evening, welcome to episode 5 of the Man Up podcast. Slightly different today, got someone to keep me company, so I'm going to just hear from my voice. First of all, thank you for everybody that commented on the last one and sent messages in, replied to as many as we could. But I want to introduce Elgan from Abba trees. Welcome. He will talk, I promise.
Yeah, I'm not rude.
Elgan is a local, you're a local businessman to Aberystwyth, but your span is probably nationwide a little bit, isn't it? Definitely Wales.
Yeah, all of Wales.
Yeah.
And most of Wales.
As I said to you guys before, bringing people on that's, that built business, they're entrepreneurs, can talk about mental health and everything else. So let's start with, tell me a bit about you and your upbringing and stuff.
I was born in Aberystwyth. Started work when I was 11 years of age. Didn't know what I wanted to do when I was in school. Didn't really do much of school.
Right, okay.
School wasn't for me.
Just not for you?
Not for me at all. I went on to working in pubs in Aberystwyth. Qualified as a chef before I finished school.
Okay.
Loved it, just didn't love the hours.
Okay, so cooking's your first love?
Yeah.
Okay, so just talk to me about what is it about school you didn't like then, first of all? Because I hated school.
Yeah, I don't know, I think it was like my underlying issue of anxiety was there.
Right.
When I was in school. I think it was the anxiety build-up of going to school was enough.
And you don't think the school understood it?
I didn't, so
no?
There was no chance of them understanding it.
Do you think the education system's outdated?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Anxiety is more across the board now, isn't it?
Yeah.
But, it's very common now, and people know a bit more about it. It's not oh, there's something wrong with him, or there is a problem of anxiety is a thing.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously, I think they don't back then. Obviously, when we were in school, they didn't understand what anxiety and mental health was.
Yeah.
They don't really teach you business or money handling or anything like that. It's very like maths, English. It's stuff you never use again.
Yeah, nothing in school wise. There was nobody working. If somebody taught me how to work my VAT out in school, it would have been a lot better for me than what I did learn. I was going from, like, in maths, I was like set 1, but then when I was going to English, I was in set 4.
Yeah, exactly.
I think if I was spent more time in school, I'd probably be in better classes, but school just wasn't for me.
Yeah, and I agree. It wasn't for me either. As soon as I could leave, I left, and I wanted to work. So
yeah, I
agree. Okay, and then you said obviously you went into catering and chefing. So obviously cooking is obviously a passion for you then.
Yeah, I love cooking. It's cooking is like my getaway.
Okay, fab.
I'd never go back to it as a commercial way again, because that's another level of stress.
Yeah.
But no, I still really enjoy it, but I would only do it at home.
And he's a great cook, by the way, because I've sampled a Sunday dinner and I've sampled steak and many more things, so I can vouch for that. So when you say the hours though in chefing, surely working for yourself, you probably do more hours than a chef now, do you?
Oh yeah, I'd probably double the hours. But it's me that's doing the hours.
Yeah.
Now it's my choice.
For you.
I'm not, I don't have to answer to anybody. When I was chefing, I had to be there by 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Leaving the kitchen at say 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Back to do night service then at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and then not leaving there till 12 at night.
Yeah. And you're making somebody else money there, aren't you?
I was lining somebody else's pocket.
Yeah.
Not that I was grudging that, because obviously they had overheads and whatever. But no, it was the time that I was 15, 16, finding girls and beer.
Yeah. Don't we all?
Yeah. Sometimes I wish I hadn't found some of them.
We'll come on to that.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it was the hours that when you started going out, your mates were going to a disco or a party, or are you coming out tonight? Oh, I can't. Yeah. I'm working. The unsociable hours, if you like. I was working from every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, when everybody else, all my mates were starting to drink, even if it was just going up the castle with a bottle of White Lightning, they were still having fun, and I was in the kitchen.
Yeah, exactly.
But
and then you feel like your anxiety goes through a little bit then, doesn't it? Because you feel a bit more recluse then, because you're not involved.
yeah, because and then if I with anxiety, with my work side of anxiety, there's two sides of me. There's like I could go to a meeting and talk about 30-40 grand's worth of work and feel completely normal.
Yeah.
But then if I went to a pub that I knew my mates were in there, I'd get one of them to come and meet me outside.
Yeah, do all for
I couldn't walk in there on my own. But
it's like having two personas, isn't it?
yeah, it definitely is, because like comfort zone is my work. You know, I'm totally happy in work. There's you know, I know more about it. But like I said, going into a pub or into something that it's not normal for me. That's where my anxiety is at its worst.
Yeah. I know. I completely understand that. Okay, so you decided obviously chefing wasn't for you. What brought you to trees then? There's a massive gap there.
There is I think a 4-year gap.
Right. Okay.
So I went from chefing. I worked then in a builder's merchant.
Okay.
I was in the builder's merchant. I started at cleaning the yard, working out the sizes of timber, loading the timber to vans, whatever. Then the guy that I was working for found out that I had really good handwriting.
Okay.
Couldn't spell very good.
You know you did like English.
Yeah, exactly. I couldn't spell very good, but my handwriting was great. My maths was brilliant. So I worked out my VAT when I worked in this place.
Yeah.
So everything has stemmed, you know, from there. And I've learned more in those 4 years. Working in there for I think I did 11 months there. And then I worked for another guy then straight after that, doing fencing, like a commercial stock fencing for, I think it was 4 years constant 1 year with him, and then I went to work for his brother then for 3 years. Constant, but then I started the business up then on my own then in 2008, because the guy I was working for, his son came to work for him.
Okay.
And fencing is a job for 2 really, not for 3.
Right. So you started a fencing company.
No, I worked for a guy that was doing the fencing.
Yeah.
So then I learnt how to fence.
Yeah.
And you do a bit of tree work then.
Right.
In between the fencing, like, you know, cleaning
to
get the fence in. So I thought, I quite like this job. So I'll have a go at doing a bit of tree work myself. And my father was doing a job at the time, just, you know, out of Aberystwyth there. It was a site clearance.
Yeah.
And I said, I've done a bit of chainsaw work, I'll have a go at it. And I remember at the time I was earning about 200 quid a week. And I had all this timber down on the ground. I picked it up, started selling logs. And I was selling about 4 or 5 bags of logs a weekend, which I was earning more than what I was in the week.
Oh, so it's more monetary value then. Okay.
Yeah, so then I thought, well, I'm going to finish my with the guy I was with for years.
Yeah.
And start doing logs full time. But the strange thing is, my grandfather started his company up, I think about 65 years ago.
Okay.
Selling logs.
Right, so it's a long succession of entrepreneurs in your family.
Yeah, but I didn't know that's how my grandfather started.
Okay.
I just
it's
really,
like in the genes.
Yeah, I just really enjoyed the felling of cutting trees up. So that's just come natural to me then.
Okay.
And then that's how I started the company up in 2008.
So 2008, obviously you started a business in the financial crash of 2008 then.
Mm-hmm.
How did that work?
Didn't really affect me because I was young and I didn't really know what was going on.
Right, okay.
You know, but I was seeing, I was still living at home.
Yeah.
You know, and I was having say 300-400 quid in my pocket after paying everything, so it was pretty good for me. But I didn't really feel the pinch of the credit crunch at the time.
Right.
No, it didn't really affect us at all.
So you start off doing the logs then, and how did that grow then into what's the timeline then?
2008, I think it was like 2012 that I started taking off then.
Right, okay.
And then the 2011, 2012, I got with my first partner.
Okay.
And it was then it's not me anymore.
Yeah.
It's not just myself. So then I got hungry for work, even hungrier than what I was.
Yeah.
So then I pushed the business a little bit. Started looking for work, literally cold calling on the right companies and on the right places to be.
Yeah.
So that's what gradually pushed me on. So then, say, going on to say 2015, 2016, business was really good. Still more hungry for bigger contracts. I wanted stability, as in I bought my house, so that I wanted stability then, that, you know, like a bigger contract to pay me monthly, so I had that stability of the money coming in every month.
Yeah.
Then I started going on to like a safe contractor construction line, so then I could push into the university contracts and things like that.
And that safe contractor is not an easy thing to get, is it? It's
no,
so much paperwork involved.
It's so much paperwork.
Yeah,
I think the admin hours in that are ridiculous for what it is, and it's literally a sticker on the van. But you've got to have it if you want to work for universities or companies like that.
Yeah, I did it at my previous, when I had the facility and maintenance company. That was something that and chassis you had to have.
Yeah. Construction line and safe contractor two we had. We didn't really need Chaz, but you had to have one of them to have a Chaz.
Yeah.
So we went on from there, and since a lot of things happened between 2018 to 2019.
You got divorced?
Got divorced in 2018.
How did you manage growing a business and going through a divorce? Because I've done similar.
I didn't.
Okay.
No, I didn't.
Talk me through that.
Very, very hard time.
Harder than people that know from the outside, eh?
Oh, definitely. You know, you think when you're, how old was I? 30.
Yeah.
You think you're hard. You know, you're
invincible.
Yeah, that won't hurt me.
Yeah.
That'd be fine. No, it wasn't great.
Did the business take a dip?
No.
Okay.
Because I had boys that looked after the business.
Yeah.
I, if I was genuine, didn't really give a shit about it, to be honest. I really didn't care.
You can talk as open as you want to this, is fine.
I really didn't care about it, to be honest.
Yeah.
It was, my head was in the sand.
Yeah.
I just wanted to go and get pissed, go on holiday, anywhere but be at home.
Yeah.
But when I was away, I wanted to be home.
Yeah.
You know, there was no happy medium of where you're going to be or what you were going to do.
So when did you go for the divorce?
2018.
So we went through it the same year then. So I did exactly the same. I come off a cruise with the family, and 3 days later was going through a divorce.
Yeah.
And I was the same. Didn't care.
Yeah.
Didn't care for anything else. Didn't care if the business went up or down.
Yeah.
I just cared about. I was just gonna enjoy it.
You were trying to take trying to take your problems away by spending. You know, on whatever tried to make you happy.
Yeah.
But nothing ever did.
Yeah.
And it was just time, and you know, time was the only thing that was gonna get you through it.
So you said a group of core boys, they helped you get through it? Or they just kept the business running?
They kept the business running.
Yeah.
I tried to stay away from the boys when I was in some sort of states.
Yeah.
I didn't want to, you know, I let them to it. I did obviously handle the phone and tell them what to do, but otherwise, I did go to a couple of my friends, but then what I found easier to talk to people I didn't know.
Yeah.
I did about...
Stranger.
Yeah, I think I did... it must have been like 6 months of intense counselling.
Okay.
Think
that helped?
Definitely, 100%. I was going once a week, and the first, say, like 3 months, I wanted to go every day.
Yeah.
Because every time I came from there, the weight was lifted,
Yeah.
but then I wanted to go back the following day.
Yeah.
But if I went back the following day, it was not going to work.
Yeah.
You know, but that's the it did help a lot.
And I get that because I use the podcast sometimes to get all the stuff that's in here out. Now I say open in the podcast. I don't care if people listen or not. Right? For me, it's therapy, just getting it out.
Yeah.
Put it into
doesn't matter if anybody's listening.
No.
But you're talking about it.
Yeah.
But then I had my counsellor, when I was talking to him, he wasn't on anybody's side, or
No.
he was telling me how or why I felt like that, or
Yeah.
a possible why.
Yeah.
There's no way he was going to say that this is exactly why you're feeling that. But it helped. It definitely helped.
Anxiety go through the roof when that happened, or was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anxiety didn't. I didn't know what anxiety was
No.
until that.
Yeah.
But there was a build-up of stuff.
Yeah.
And that happened, say, like a year before the divorce as well.
Okay.
So, but I'd rather not talk about that
That's
because it's a bit raw.
It's fine.
But a lot of things happened. So then I think it all built up, and then I think that was one problem as well that I didn't talk about it.
Yeah. So you bottled it all up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe that's possibly what happened with the divorce as well.
Okay.
You know, that I wasn't open enough about stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, anxiety did go through the roof. I ended up in A&E about three times, I think.
Okay.
I genuinely thought I was having a heart attack.
Okay.
Genuinely, the first time.
But it was an anxiety attack.
It was an anxiety attack. And I used to pass out as well. But waking up sometimes, you're like, Jesus, what's happened? And I go straight down to my sister-in-law at the time. She was taking me in, and I felt like an absolute lemon.
Yeah.
Because when you was just, you've just had an anxiety attack.
Yeah.
Just
being a man's
attack.
man, and obviously you come from a background of men's men, and you,
Yeah.
right? Being a man's man, we go anxiety, really.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
No, I knew one of my employees had anxiety and a bit of depression, and years ago.
Yeah.
And I was like, grow up, boy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Man up.
Yeah, man up. But then
Yeah.
once you're in that dark place, you know how they feel, but it's another case of what happened to me.
Yeah.
And which it did. And no, it was like the worst 6 months of my life, probably by, say 18 months and then like the year before was the worst part of my life.
Yeah.
And then the 6 months of the divorce was the worst part of my life.
So what turned it for you then?
I met Claire.
Okay. Claire's a new partner.
Yeah, met Claire in 2019.
Fab.
In March, I think it was.
Yeah.
But I've known Claire for donkey's years.
Yeah.
Known her for 14 years.
So an old friend comes out of the woodwork.
Yeah, just genuine talking like we would when I used to speak to her on the phone or whatever, because she worked for the insurance company that I used to insure with.
Okay.
She even came to my wedding.
Okay.
So we were friends, you know. Yeah. And she told me that one day, just to let you know, she said that she was going through a divorce as well.
Okay.
I think she was separated before she told me for a couple of months, and then we just started talking more and more every day, and things progressed from there really. Which everything happens for a reason.
Best thing ever happened to you?
Definitely.
Good. And now you got 2 kids. So how old's Dottie?
Dottie's 19 months.
And Jack?
Baby Jack is a month old tomorrow.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Claire and the kids then. How do they deal with the amount of hours? Because I know you, and I know the hours you work. Yeah. How do they deal with it? How do you split your time?
Well, at the moment, there's no split time.
No.
There's I am married to my job.
Yeah.
But Claire's known me for 14.
Yeah.
14.
She knows you like.
Yeah, she's known me for 16 years.
Yeah.
So she knows that where I've come from, my background, my family, that we've all we're all a family of workers.
Yeah.
And I am genuinely addicted to work.
You're a workaholic.
Yeah, you know, I want to be there. Probably on the verge of being controlling in the job, because I want to know what's happening with everything. Yeah. Even though I'm not as hands-on as I was, say, 10 years ago, but I do the work of the planning now. Make sure everything's ready for. Yeah. So I'm not losing time. You know, time is the
key thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. So like, I'm very much like, we talk a lot about when we're not recording. We talk a lot about, you know, the amount of hours you work and stuff, but we thrive off that, right?
Yeah.
So you thrive off the hours and the stress and the buzz of the next thing.
Yeah, and I think like I said earlier, this like the anxiety thing. Claire explained it, and I should have asked her before coming tonight how she explained me as a person. I'm definitely two different people. Like this now, I've come into this bit, you know, out of the ordinary, but you won't be able to shut me up by the end. But it's work orientated.
Yeah.
So this is my comfort. I'm comfortable. But yeah, it's but like you said, splitting time then.
How are you going to manage that now? The kids are small at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah.
So as they get bigger, I struggled with it when my kids were small. Tried a bit more now because obviously I'm divorced from my mum, so I have to try and split it a bit better. Yeah. But I still struggle. I'm taking them to work with me. You've seen. Yeah. So how do you think you'll ever get that split right?
Depends if Claire's going to watch this.
Pretend she's not.
If I'm honest, probably not.
Yeah. But she probably knows that.
She knows that. She definitely knows that. You know, is there going to be a stage that I say, like I've made enough now. I don't want any more. But the thing is, with me, it's not all about the money.
No, it's not.
It's all about. I want to make sure that my kids and Claire's happy with everything. This is secure. There's not that, you know, that we can't do this, we can't do that because, you know, the money's not there or whatever, you know. But once we bought this new house, maybe I'll spend more time at home. Maybe. Okay. Not promising.
Hold into that, Claire. Hold into it.
Yeah, I'm not promising that. But yeah, I don't know, to be honest.
And I get that because I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm there. I've lost relationships because of the amount of times I worked. Because I struggle like you. I can't switch. Even when I'm at home though, even when I give them my time at home, I'm still working.
Exactly.
And you're the same,
exactly.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
So sometimes it's better not to be there because you're not giving them half the information.
Yeah.
But yeah,
but the thing with Claire, which is really good, she's a farmer's daughter.
Right.
And everybody knows that a farm hasn't got a clock on it.
Yeah, exactly.
So she's very understanding. But then if I say to her that I'm going to do something with her on the Saturday or the Sunday or whatever day it is, I'm there. You know, that's
and that's what I've learned with the kids. I'll always put at least a block of time aside to do something with them and only them.
Yeah.
So that's key. Okay, so have you ever had a time in the business where you thought, one, we're going to go under, two, I can't pay wages, anything like that stressful wise? Would you be lucky?
I've been lucky.
Good. Is it luck or is it skill?
I've been. I don't know. I've got a thing that's my saying is if I can't afford it twice, I won't buy it.
Yeah.
So I've always taken a few risks.
Yeah.
I've done a few risks, but they're calculated risks.
Yeah.
And ever since Claire has come on board, she's a very good handbrake.
Yeah. I'm very good with the accounts.
Yes. Very good at admin.
I know.
Yeah. But my grandfather said once that I had a gift of in a very Welsh accent, saying that he was this effer can make money about myself. So,
that's good. So, the reason I ask is because when I what the maintenance and facilities company, I just bought it. Literally first month I bought it, probably didn't do the due diligence I should have, and it was bought during COVID, so it's like, we're going to give this a go. And the very first month I sat with my business partner and we were like, it was the day before payday, and we were expecting clients to pay.
Yeah.
We had a wage bill of someone 80 grand, and we had 15 grand in the bank. And I'm like, how are we going to pay this? And we ended up, some people wasn't paid on payday, but they were paid a few days later, but I ended up having to pay the staff with my own credit card, and it's tough. So that's why I asked if I wonder if you've ever been there and how you dealt with that if you had, but you know, you've been quite fortunate that you've managed.
Definitely fortunate. Yeah, you know, but like I said, when I first started off, it was just me.
Yeah.
And then.
So if you didn't have it, you didn't get paid.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I never paid myself.
Yeah.
Didn't pay myself for years.
Yeah.
But then, yeah. Like you said, I've been fortunate, very lucky.
What did you do to self-develop? To learn? You listen to a lot of podcasts and stuff, didn't you?
I listen to a lot of how can I say, music.
Yeah.
But yeah, nothing really. I like my days out.
Yeah.
On my own.
Yeah. Like a weekend away.
Yeah.
We're going soon.
Yeah, or that is my go away.
Yeah.
To recharge.
Yeah.
And just get away from Aberystwyth and everyday life.
Yeah.
Just some, you know, in a few years' time that Claire can come with us again.
Yeah.
And maybe take the little ones to watch rugby again.
That'd be nice.
Definitely.
If you can last in the stadium this time.
Yeah, more than 9 minutes.
Funny story. Went to watch Wales and Ireland game. We got 9 minutes in. Obviously Wales were playing ridiculously bad. We went out the night before, so we were a bit worse for wear, weren't we?
Very.
How long did you last?
9 minutes.
9 minutes in the stadium. Went back to the hotel. Went to bed. And how much of the game did you see?
I watched the last, I think, 4 minutes. So in all, I watched 13 minutes. I did pretty well, I thought.
But we made it to the hospitality event. Yeah, that was the main thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the future plans then for Abba Trees? And obviously, go on.
Abba Trees, we are big enough as it is at the moment. We want to be pushing a little bit more. Any
plans to grow like nationally?
No.
No?
No. I'm quite happy. You can get to, they're like, I'm going to say it's like a mushroom in it. Once it grows too big,
yeah,
they can shrink overnight, can't they?
Yeah.
So I don't want to be too big that I can't handle it myself. Don't want to be paying a manager, or, you know, I want to do it myself.
I agree.
So as it is now, just a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
We'd be quite happy.
And I get that, because we went national, and I made the mistake of, so we went national, we had like massive contract like Kazoo, JD Gyms and all that sort of stuff. And then we brought in a commercial director, an ops director, and then you just lose touch with everything, don't you?
Yeah.
And then you're not in control, really.
Yeah, and there's only one of me.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
And,
you're what makes Abba Trees.
I'm the salesman of Abba Trees. You know, I mean, they want to see me possibly, or maybe not.
They just want to see the zeros.
Yeah, or times two. But that's possibly.
Yeah.
You know, I'd lose touch with the one-to-one side of the company.
Yeah, true. Because Abba Trees is you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, so where does here's a question for them? Where does Elgan start and Abba Trees end? And like, is it the same person? If you took Elgan out of Abba Trees, would it be Abba Trees?
No.
I would agree.
No.
Would you ever think of selling?
No.
So there's your answer about retirement then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sorry, Claire.
There's definitely no retirement. I'll be in a box before I retire.
Okay. Role model? I think I know the answer to this, but go on.
My grandfather.
Yeah, I knew that was coming. Why?
I don't know. I think it's because of he started from nothing.
Yeah.
Did everything himself. Built up a big company. Yeah. Which my father runs now, and with my uncle. So yeah, I think it's everybody looks up to their grandfather or their father. Yeah. So I think everything I've done is he's always been there. Yeah. Pushing. Well, tell the story about you wanted him to see your first car, didn't you? Yeah, I remember I had my well, not first car, it was my first Discovery, which was a 10 plate.
Which one you wanted?
Yeah, and he was, I think he was 73 or 74 when he bought his first '03 Land Rover, which was brand new at the time.
Right.
And then I bought this from a 10 plate and I reversed it up to his bungalow outside his house, and he said, "When you buy a new one then?" You know, there's a 10-year gap with Land Rovers have gone from, say, 27, 28 grand to, well, I was paying that much for a second hand when we were 70, 80,000 miles on it.
Fab.
But it would have been nice if he'd seen what we've got now. And
the array of cars.
yeah, I think he would have been saying a totally different thing, the amount we've got at the moment. But
what's your relationship with your family then? So obviously you talk about Clay and the kids. What about the rest of the family? You see a lot of them and spend a lot of time with them with all the hours you work?
Not really. I see my nieces more than anybody. The two of them usually come down on a Sunday because they're Chinese night, and there's usually they know there's a free Chinese involved. So we see quite a lot of them.
Yeah.
See my brothers quite often.
That's good.
Claire spends a lot of time on the farm with my mum and dad.
That's good.
She was here today, so.
Fab.
Yeah. I do like going to see them, obviously. But we're not living in each other's pockets.
No. Which is, it's a nice balance, isn't it?
Yeah.
So never ever, no retirement plan then ever? No.
I can't.
And you know what? I said it last week on the episode, I don't think I'll ever retire. I might slow down when I'm 60 odd, but I don't think I'll ever retire.
I think you'll definitely have to slow down.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anybody in the Iron Man.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, so, last one. Ask this all the time. Dinner party. 6 of us. Me and you were sat there, obviously I'm invited. You can invite 4 people, dead or alive, celebrities, non-celebrities. Who are you picking and why?
Well, I'd have to pick, my grandfather would be one of them.
Awesome. I'd love to meet him, to be fair.
Yeah, he'd definitely be one of them. What's that guy that does the, that was on the Craze last film?
Oh, Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy.
Oh.
I'd have to get Tom Hardy.
As the Craze or as Tom Hardy?
As Tom Hardy. Because Claire would, I've given her the go-ahead to have an affair with him if she.
Oh, sorry, she's on the list. He's on their list.
Yeah, that's the only one she's allowed to have.
So would you invite Claire?
Yeah, well, I'd have to. Tom Hardy would have to be there because that's totally not up to me.
I love it.
Tom Hardy, but I'm allowed a pass as well.
Go on, who's your pass?
I can't remember her now. She's on Friends.
Jennifer Aniston, Rachel?
Yeah, Jennifer Aniston.
That's a great pass.
Yes.
Do you know what though? Claire's got more chance of meeting Tom Hardy
than
you have Jennifer Aniston. Yeah. Because he spends time in the UK.
Yeah. So I'm maybe on there 4. Another 2. I'd have to say one of my best mates that we lost before Christmas as well.
Okay.
He was a good. He was one of my ushers. He was a good lad. Gone too young. Didn't get time to say goodbye, to be honest.
Illness or?
Yeah. It went pretty quick.
Yeah.
So he'd be another.
Okay.
Probably ask Josh.
Josh, the sales manager.
For shits and giggles, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just for the entertainment value.
That'd be awesome. He'll love that as well.
Yeah.
You know the fact he's mentioned. Yeah. You're like, see, I'm the best. I'm the best. For you guys, Josh is the sales manager at the holiday park that we that Elgan's a contractor on. So and that I run. So it's fantastic. Okay. So last, I said that was last one. This is actually it. So we're all around this dinner table. What's for starter? What's for main? And what's for dessert? You're cooking.
It'd have to be a garlic mushrooms.
Oh, I loved them last time.
It has to be a garlic mushrooms.
Good choice.
It has to be a good old fillet, doesn't it?
Yeah, love it.
Nice and easy and quick.
What's with the fillet?
Oh, you'd have a red wine sauce and the triple cooked chips.
Amazing. And dessert?
It's got to be a good old sticky toffee.
Sticky toffee pudding, yeah. See, we're on the same page.
Can't go wrong.
Can't. Amazing. Right, if people want to find you, for the right reasons, social media?
Yeah, on Facebook, Arbitrary Specialists.
Fab.
Website, Arbitrary Specialist.
Yeah.
Instagram, Arbitrary Specialist.
Okay, fab.
We also run another company called EC Construction.
Yeah. Which is yours and...
Yeah, that's a partnership. So that's Claire's company and my company, but she takes most of well,
ownership of it.
Ownership of
Yeah.
it. That's enough for me to
So
do.
do you think there'll be another company as well, or just the two?
Possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah, possibly.
So expansion's coming then.
Yeah. Got to think of kids to do, and if they want to do it, they don't have to do it. But obviously, it would be.
Jack's cutting trees already. He's
Yeah. That would be a dream come true if they
Yeah.
wanted to follow me. But I wouldn't pressurise them on anything like that. Like they said to me was, if you don't work hard in school, you'll be working hard for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
They're lying.
They are.
Yeah.
They are.
Because I don't work half as much as I do now as I did 10 years ago, as in labour wise.
Yeah, exactly. And they're lying with, don't get me wrong, school's important, but it's not the end of the world.
No.
You can come out of school and still make careers and build businesses without having an education. And it's been proven loads of times, isn't it?
Definitely.
Fab. Look, I appreciate you coming on.
No worries.
Really do. It's been really good. Guys, that's it for this week. Thanks for joining us. If you want to find him, Abba Tree Specialist, if you are listening, because we don't really care if you're not, let's having a chinwag. Please like, subscribe, and share the video. And it's the Man Up Podcast, and it's Podcast Man Up on all socials. Have a great day. Thank you very much.